Nobody saw it coming. Under the golden chandeliers of the Grand Walker Hill Seoul Hotel, inside the opulent Vista Hall that has hosted some of South Korea's most iconic events, a thunderous gasp filled the air as Rowoon and Park Eun-bin stepped onto the stage together. At first, many assumed it was just another glamorous event, perhaps a promotional showcase or a fan meeting disguised as a red carpet gala. But within seconds, the truth became clear. This was no drama shoot, no press junket, no casual celebrity appearance. This was a live wedding announcement, one that would shake the foundations of the Korean entertainment industry. And the world was watching. Fans who tuned into the unexpected live stream were treated to a scene out of a fairy tale. The hall was adorned with cascading white roses, a shimmering arch of golden lilies framing the stage, and hundreds of invited guests, top stars, directors, producers, and agency heads, waiting with bated breath. The moment Rowoon took Park Eun-bin's hand and held it with quiet determination, whispers erupted through the room. When Park Eun-bin's voice cracked with emotion as she began to speak, the whispers turned to stunned silence. "We didn't plan to reveal this so soon," she said softly, her eyes glistening under the lights. "But we wanted to share this moment with everyone who has supported us. Not through a headline tomorrow. Here, right now." The cameras panned across the audience, capturing reactions as raw as the moment itself. Kim Ji-won's hand flew to her mouth, eyes wide with shock. Cha Eun-woo leaned forward in disbelief. Bring something quickly to Yoon-han, who sat frozen, his champagne glass trembling in his hand. And there, just a few rows away from the stage, sat Lee Min-ho, the superstar whose every reaction was magnified under the gaze of fans and flashing cameras. His expression shifted from confusion to disbelief, and finally, to a mix of shock and admiration. It was the kind of reaction that instantly went viral, even before the ceremony was over. Grand Walker Hill Seoul Hotel was no stranger to grandeur, but tonight, it was witnessing history. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a simple velvet box. Gasps filled the hall as he dropped to one knee, not as a scripted scene, not as part of a drama plotline, but as a real man proposing in front of his colleagues, friends, and millions of fans watching live around the world. Bin's tears streamed freely as she nodded, her hands trembling, her voice barely audible but captured by the microphone. "Yes." The applause that followed was deafening, an eruption of sound that shook the walls of Vista Hall. The crowd surged to their feet, and phones lit up like stars as the moment was broadcast across the globe. Outside the hotel, fans had gathered in anticipation of a routine event, only to find themselves screaming in disbelief. Crews scrambled, anchors cutting into live broadcasts. Within minutes, in media headlines screamed words like live wedding bombshell and K-drama fairy tale becomes real. International outlets followed suit, comparing it to the surprise weddings of Hollywood legends. Instagram and TikTok exploded with hashtags, each more frantic than the last. Back inside, the couple exchanged vows written in their own words. Park Eun-bin's voice shook as she thanked Rowoon for being her greatest partner in life, on and off screen. Rowoon's reply was simple but powerful. "I want to spend my forever protecting you, loving you, and making you laugh." Their sincerity left even the most hardened industry veterans in tears. The ceremony ended with a symbolic gesture, lighting a unity candle together. As the hall filled with the voices of a choir singing a heartfelt ballad that fans instantly recognized from their most iconic drama together. Through it all, the cameras occasionally returned to Lee Min-ho. His widened eyes, his furrowed brow, faint smile tugging at his lips became the internet's obsession. Was it surprise? Admiration? Or something more complex? Buried beneath years of shared experiences in the industry? Fans analyzed every second, posting clips of his shifting expressions, slowing them down frame by frame as if deciphering a secret code. By the time the ceremony ended, Lee Min-ho's reaction was already trending worldwide. The night concluded with an emotional wave of applause as the couple sealed their vows with a kiss. The confetti rained down, champagne glasses clinked, and history had been written. But as shocking as the live wedding had been, the real drama was still to come. Because hours later, at the exclusive after-party held at the Seoul Hotel's legendary Dynasty Hall, Lee Min-ho would once again steal the spotlight, this time not with silence, but with a reaction that nobody could have predicted. Seoul Hotel in Seoul has long been synonymous with elegance, Its Dynasty Hall a fortress of exclusivity reserved for the most prestigious occasions. On this particular night, it became the epicenter of the entertainment world's most sensational after-party. Guests who had barely recovered from the live wedding Bombshell now found themselves ushered into a hall transformed into a wonderland of crystal chandeliers, towering champagne fountains, candlelit tables draped in ivory silk. The air was thick with excitement, whispers colliding with laughter as everyone awaited the arrival of the newlyweds. Rowoon and Park Eun-bin entered hand in hand, radiant, glowing, their smiles wider than any red carpet premiere. Erupted into applause once more, stars rising from their seats to welcome them into the next chapter of their lives. Among those standing was Lee Min-ho, dressed in a tailored midnight suit, his presence commanding attention even among the galaxy of celebrities. His hands came together in a slow, deliberate clap, his eyes fixed on the couple. It was a gesture both respectful and heartfelt. But what happened next turned his reaction into the night's biggest talking point. When Rowoon raised his glass to toast his bride, unexpectedly turned to Lee Min-ho. "To those who inspire us, support us, guide us," Rowoon said, his voice carrying across the hall. "We want to thank Lee Min-ho-hyung for being a role model, a friend, and someone who has shown us how to walk this path with grace." The spotlight shifted, and suddenly, eyes were on Lee Min-ho. For a brief moment, time seemed to freeze. Expression softened. His lips curved into a bittersweet smile. And as he rose to his feet with glass in hand, hush fell over the room. "Tonight, I witnessed something that reminds all of us why love is worth fighting for," he began, his voice deep, resonant, tinged with an emotion that surprised even his closest friends. "Rowoon and Eun-bin, you showed courage by sharing your love not just with each other, but with the world. That takes strength. That takes truth. For that, we celebrate you." The toast was met with thunderous applause. Yet fans online dissected his every word as if it were a cryptic confession. Some insisted they saw a shimmer of tears in his eyes. Others claimed his voice broke ever so slightly as he spoke the word love. Within minutes, clips of the toast hit social media, fans captioning them with dramatic lines, "Lee Min-ho's hidden feelings," or "the moment that broke every fan's heart." Beyond the speeches, the after-party revealed moments of intimacy and humanity rarely seen in the dazzling world of celebrities. Park Eun-bin was spotted laughing warmly with Kim Ji-won, clutching her bouquet as Cha Eun-woo teased her playfully. Rowoon and Eun-hyun clinked glasses, sharing a brotherly hug. The highlight for many came when Lee Min-ho approached the newlyweds with a small velvet box of his own, a gift. Inside was a rare vintage wine from France, carefully chosen, with a note that read, "For the first night of forever. Love always tastes this sweet." The gesture drew smiles from the couple and admiration from the guests. Yet once again, fans online speculated endlessly. Was it a blessing? A subtle message? Or perhaps a closing of a chapter in Lee Min-ho's own story? Whatever it was, the moment spread like wildfire, cementing his reaction as one of the defining elements of the night. As the evening wore on, laughter echoed across Dynasty Hall, the clinking of glasses blending with the soft notes of live jazz. Outside, fans and reporters waited for glimpses of departing guests, phones buzzing non-stop as hashtags dominated global trends. Rowoon Park Eun-bin wedding, Lee Min-ho reaction, K-drama history all climbed the charts, with fans around the world united in awe, confusion, and celebration. By midnight, fireworks lit up the Seoul sky, sing over the Han River in radiant colors. The newlyweds stepped out onto a balcony, waving to fans below, while Lee Min-ho stood a few steps back, watching quietly, his silhouette framed against the lights. A moment that captured the essence of the night, joy, shock, and the bittersweet reminder that even in the world of dazzling stars, emotions run deep and real. The live wedding Bombshell had already secured its place in K-drama history. But the night would be remembered not just for Rowoon and Park Eun-bin's courage to share their love with the world, but also for Lee Min-ho's reaction, a mix of shock, admiration, and grace, that turned an already unforgettable evening into a legendary one. And as dawn approached over Seoul, fans knew they had witnessed something more than news. They had witnessed a story for the ages, one that blurred the lines between drama and reality, love and spectacle, stardom and humanity.